Well, this team is also a historic franchise of what you would consider is a historic franchise in the NBA. They have had some of the this place is where a lot of players love to play at on the road. This is an enemy for people like Trey Young. This is a place where Dwayne Wade made his mark. LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Carmelo Anthony, who was on this team. Patrick Ewing played here. There are so many stars. Lynn Sanity. This team has had plenty of people come through this place. But there are also some news about who they may possibly sign. And this is who it is. They may sign Victor Oladipo. This is the report. Shout out to Shot Coverage for this tweet. But the New York Knicks, yes, the New York Knicks are in the doghouse. Now, you may say, Dave, they are 37-20 on the season. How could you put them in the doghouse, Dave? Well, guess what? The Knicks are 0-7. That's right, 0-7 against the top three teams in the NBA. That's the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Boston Celtics, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. They are 0-7 against those three teams. 37-13 against everyone else. But 0-7 against the top three teams in the NBA. And they're supposed to be contenders. They're in the Eastern Conference. Two of those teams are in the East. That's the Celtics, the defending champs, and the Cavaliers, who have the best record in the NBA right now. They've already been swept by OKC. They can't play them again. They're 0-2 against them. 0-2 against the Cavaliers. And now, after the 13-point loss yesterday to the Celtics, where they were down by a lot more than that, they just caught up in the end with garbage points. They lost another game. They are 0-5 against the Celtics and the Cavaliers, which gives them a minus 105 point differential in the NBA against those teams. Minus 105 against the top two teams in the East, and you're in the East yourself? That doesn't look like you're going to be able to get to a championship this year. You'll get out the first round, but the second round is like that's going to be it for you because you're going to have to run into one of these two teams. You're going to play one of them in the second round. And it doesn't look like you're going to get a win in that from the way it is in the regular season. Now, I've also been with that person that says, the regular season does not always matter. But it depends on who the team is. Depends on who the team is. Against Knicks yesterday, you want to know what Jason Tatum did to that team? Jason Tatum had one of his best games against the Knicks. And he's had really good games against them all season for real. In the 3 games he's played against them, Tatum put up 25, 10, and 9. That was the game that just passed. Before then, it was 37, 4, and 10. Before that, it was 46 and 4. So Jason Tatum is having his way with the Knicks right now. Before they lost to Boston by 13 on Sunday, they lost by 36 to Cleveland just the game before. The Knicks don't look like a team that can compete against the best in the NBA. They can beat everyone else. But when it comes to the teams in the NBA, it just won't work. The top 3, they can't beat them. They can't beat them. And until then, this is where they're going to be. Knicks, you are being held to a different standard now. You guys have made tremendous moves to put yourselves in position to be competing in the Eastern Conference. 0-2 against the Cavs. And like I said, you lost by 36 the last game, which was terrible. Well, 37, actually. It wasn't even 36. You lost by 37 because you lost 142 to 105. So you lost by 37 points to the Cleveland Cavaliers. You paid a lot to get Mikal Bridges. You traded 5 first-round picks to get Mikal Bridges. And you also signed OG Anunoby to a 5-year, $202.5 million contract over the summer. And you went and got Karl Anthony Towns. You got Mitchell Robinson that's going to be out for the rest of the season, honestly. So what are you guys going to do? You can't make any trades. There isn't really one out there in the buyout market to get. I mean, you may be able to have Bojan Bogdanovic. I think he's about to be released from his team. But how is that going to help you against the Celtics, the Cavaliers, and the Oklahoma City Thunder? I don't know. I don't know what you're going to do with that. Out of one last thing. In the series against the Celtics, in the 3 games you played against them, out of 144 total minutes, you have only led for 50 seconds. You thought I was going to say 50 minutes? No, 50 seconds. 50 seconds in that game is how much you've been able to hold a lead against the Celtics. That is ridiculous. I don't care who you think you are, but you will not win an NBA championship or get out of the Eastern Conference if you cannot compete against the 2 best teams in the East, the Celtics and the Cavaliers. And you won't win a championship if you can't beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. So, shout out to my first comment, my brother. They have no defense. They got to outscore people, and they can't do that with the top 6 teams, and that's absolutely true. The defense is just putrid. It's bad. It's terrible. It's horrible. It's whatever you want to use. It ain't good. So, Knicks, you know where you're about to go. Welcome to the doghouse. My guy, you in the doghouse.